I think we're in one of the most important moments for Bitcoin in the past few weeks. So let's take a calm, step-by-step look at what's happening, because what comes next could define the next big move. Not long ago, the situation looked very different. The financial system was basically stuck. Now pay close attention because this is the most important part of the video. Beyond the noise, beyond the headlines, what truly drives the market is liquidity, real liquidity, the kind that circulates through the system, that gets lent, that keeps the financial pipes working. And right now, those pipes are pretty clean. This has a very direct consequence. Risk assets, especially Bitcoin and crypto, tend to react first. Bitcoin is like the most sensitive indicator in the entire system. When liquidity disappears, it drops first. But when liquidity comes back, it's also the first to explode. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Bitcoin is currently testing a critical level around $74,000. What happens here could define the next major move. The key levels you need to keep in mind are $60,000, $60,000, $60,000. It tells us this level really matters. Here's something that isn't obvious at first glance, but it's key. The initial move wasn't supported by the spot market, which is unusual. But now spot is coming in, and that changes the picture. Typically, when there's a divergence between spot and futures, one eventually catches up to the other. On top of that, if we look at exchange flows, most of the buying pressure came from Binance, while other exchanges were selling. And this is important, Binance moves the market. If Binance is buying, price goes up. Simple as that. Then there's what MicroStrategy is doing. It's insane. They're buying directly on the market, which creates immediate price pressure. Add to that the fact that there's less and less Bitcoin available on exchanges, levels similar to 2019, and you get a very unique setup, lower supply, aggressive buying, and constant institutional demand. That doesn't mean price will go straight up from here, but it does suggest one thing: Bitcoin probably won't stay cheap for long. There are also two key factors worth mentioning. First, retail sentiment. Until recently, most retail investors expected a drop to 60K, 55K, or even lower. But that has changed. Now roughly 60% are bullish and 40% bearish. Why does that matter? With the players have less liquidity to push the market, that usually leads to slower moves or consolidation. Second, speed. Moves that used to take days are now happening within hours or by the next day. The market is much more reactive, and signals play out almost instantly. That completely changes how you trade. The most likely scenario is that Bitcoin stays within a range between 60K and a 74K, maybe attempts a breakout, even a fake one, but without confirmation until volume steps in. The key level to watch is $7,500. If that breaks, the structure changes. And when that happens, institutions win, but retail can still benefit, even if they enter late. There's also a key catalyst ahead. If the geopolitical situation improves, the market will likely react very positively. And that could trigger an even stronger move, especially since the market has already shown resilience. Simple, they're not moving because Bitcoin is at resistance. As long as Bitcoin is uncertain, altcoins won't take off. But once Bitcoin breaks out clearly, that's when altcoins usually explode. Dominance indicators are also in zones where altcoins have historically been good buys, but this takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. One important tip: don't buy everything. Focus on solid projects and scale in. Don't go all in at once. In that scenario, equities and crypto clearly benefit the most. Before wrapping up, one key point: it's not just about making money, it's about protecting it. In uncertain times, managing risk is everything. Protect your capital, don't overexpose yourself, and be ready when the real opportunity comes. And if you're trading futures, be careful. This market is designed to liquidate most people. To sum it up, we're at a key level around 74K, and when it happens, you'll want to be ready.